everyone, I'm Izzy at Minerva. Today we're looking at how to create a very simple tunic dress based on our body block which we've created in the last few videos. So come and join me today as we look at how to create this little simple garment. You're going to need your standard pattern drafting tools which are listed next to me here. So go and grab those and grab your own body block that you've already got. Let's trace it out and then let's begin together. As usual with this pattern drafting series, I'm showing you how to adapt your dress block to create the shape of a tunic dress. Now if you then want to go and add sleeves, you can refer to our sleeve making series. If you want to add a neckline and change that and alter that, please feel free to go and have a look at our series all about necklines. So we're literally looking at the structure of the dress and how to alter that to create a tunic dress today. Today I'm wearing the patina blouse by Friday Pattern Company, which is a lovely little pattern, and it is in our Minerva exclusive Tropic Days Viscose Chalet. So if you want to see that pattern and also the fabric, it'll be linked below. Okay, so we have the front of our bodice here and the back here. We'll start off by making the changes to the front bodice. The first thing I want to do is to look at that side seam down here, just to give it loads of volume as we start to draw out this tunic dress. So let's do that first to remove the waist shaping from the garment. So what we want to do is just to draw a line straight from under the arm side all the way down to the hip line. I'm then just going to make a point of crossing off all this dart because I don't want to have that dart on the dress. Just cut along that side seam to make it really obvious where your new side seam is. Now I also want to remove the dart from up here because I don't want it to get too messy around the top of the neckline. I want it to be quite a smooth, nice finish around the neck. I am going to add a little bit of design detail to the neck as well. So I'm going to shift and rotate that dart from here down to the side seam. So mark a point along the side seam which is about 1/3 of the way from the arm side down to the waist. For me that's at about 6 centimeters drop down from the arm side, and then draw a line from that point up to the apex. Cut along that line now. Then cut out the volume of the bust dart along the shoulder line. Remove the volume from the bust dart, and using a pivot point at the apex there, we're just going to close up that top bust dart. And so as you can see, we've removed the volume from there and we've just popped it into this side seam here. We now need to draw in the rest of our dart. So let's do that, and remember that we're going to offset it from the apex by 2 centimeters in order just to create a bit of a nice volume in that area. So the first thing we're going to do is find the center of the dart along the side seam, and then join that point up to the apex, and this basically becomes the center of our dart. Next, mark a point along that center line that is 2 centimeters offset from the apex. And then your final step is just to draw in those dart legs. Okay, great. So we've done a lot of the fundamental changes to the garment. What we now need to do is we want to avoid having to put a zip or buttons into this tunic dress because it is a very simple fit, and the whole point of the garment is it's just simple to make and simple to wear. So we're going to widen the neckline so that it is wide enough to be able to fit our head through. Obviously if we keep the neckline tight as it is currently from our collarbone to our nape, our head is just not going to fit through that. So what we're going to do is just to add a very simple neckline, widen it slightly and add a bit of a V so we can pull it in over our head. So let's just mark a point along the centre front, working from the top of the neckline. That is 12 centimetres below the neck point. Then mark a point along the top of the neckline, that is along the top of the neck, that is just 2 centimetres offset from the centre front, and use your ruler to join those 2 points together with a nice straight line. I'm also just going to widen this neckline slightly with a bit of a curve, just so it has a bit more of a wider aesthetic up at the top. So I've just dotted that in with a nice soft curve and I'm just going to fill those bits in. Okay, and then just cut out the shape of that neckline. Perfect. So now we've done all the changes we need to do to the front, let's just take a quick look at the back, and the only thing we really need to do is just to remove any waist shaping to the waist and just simplify that side seam together. Okay, so grab your ruler and just draw a line from the hip up to the armscye. You may also find it helpful on both pattern pieces just to extend the dashed line for the waist out to that waistline, so then potentially you've got a notch then just to line things up together. Okay, and that's basically it. So what we're going to do now is add some tracing paper and draw in our seam allowances. As we mentioned at the beginning, we're not going to add seam allowances to the neckline or to the hem or to the sleeve because we're just showing you the alterations to the actual shape of the dress. If you want to add different collars or facings or sleeves or hems or alter the way the shape of the skirt looks, you can do that following our previous tutorials. The last thing to do on the block to both the front and the back is just to add the length of the garment that you want to. So for me, our block obviously goes down to our hip, and that will be around the widest part of our body. So what we're going to do for this particular garment is just send it straight down, and working from the hip, I'm going to drop it 35 centimetres. So it's quite a short little shift dress. I don't really need to send it any longer, just so you can see the shape of the garment on me, and that's going to look really cute. And whatever distance you dropped it from the hip at the front, just repeat that process on the back and drop it by the same amount. Starting on the back bodice, I'm just going to literally draw in my hemline because I'm not adding a hem or any other design details to the bottom of the drop garment. I'm just checking it's actually going to fit. However, the side seams are going to attach together, so let's draw our 1.5 centimetre side seam to the sides. And obviously at the hip it goes straight, and then to the side seam it just extends all the way up in a nice straight line. Drawing the curve of the armscye as it is. Again, if you're adding sleeves to your pattern, don't forget to do that at this point. And add your seam allowance accordingly. Draft in your shoulder seam allowance and draw in your shoulder dart. Draw in the neckline. Now this particular garment can be cut on the fold because we've got enough volume to be able to just pull the garment in over our head. So just follow the line of the centre back. Add in a notch point for the hip and one for the waist. It's just a really nice reference because we've got a big long straight line there, haven't we? We're not adding in the waist dart, so that is fundamentally all we need to do. Just annotate your pattern piece next. Place on fold. Grain line is just going to follow the centre back line. Give the pattern piece a name, and we're going to call this the Tunic Dress, dress back, cut 1 on fold. Great, let's do our front pattern piece now. And again, we're going to cut the centre front on the fold, so we're just going to draw a line all the way up the centre front. Now when we hit the neckline, I'm not adding a seam allowance because I'm not drafting out a facing or any other neckline details. You can follow our other series if you would like to look at different types of necklines in more detail and how to draft those. So just draw that in as it is for now. Add your seam allowance to your shoulder seam. And then draw in your armscye likewise. We're not adding a sleeve to this block, so I'm not going to add that in at this point either. Draw in your side seam and draw in that side dart as well. Add in your notches for the hip as you did for the back and also for the waist. Annotate your pattern piece. And the first one is just to say we're going to place this on the fold. And again, the grain line just follows the centre front. Tunic dress, dress front, and cut 1 on the fold. Wonderful. Let's cut that out now, out of tracing paper and then out of calico, and then we'll sew that up together quickly just to look at the aesthetic and what those pattern drafting effects look like on a garment once they've all been done for the actual body of the dress. We're going to start off by sewing the darts on the back, so we'll just do these shoulder back darts. And if you're not sure how to sew darts, you can just refer back to video 88 where we show you how to sew a dress, and that dress has a lot of nice darts, so you can just refer back to that. Once you've sewn those top darts, we're just going to press them towards the arm side, and then we're going to move on to the darts on the front. Excellent. Once you've done the front darts, we're just going to press them down. Okay, let's sew the front and the back together now. Brilliant. So now with the right side facing up, I've got the front facing up on the screen. I'm just going to pop the back with the right side facing down. So the right sides are now together. And all we're going to do is very simply pin these two pieces together. So starting at this side seam up here, I'm just going to pin together at the relevant point. So don't forget that we've got our notches to line up the side seams with, which make it nice and easy just to check that it's all lining up really nicely. So pin at those notches to start off with, the top and the bottom of the garment. And then if you feel you need to, just pop a few extra pins in between as well. Next, let's pin this shoulder up at the top up here so it's all nice and connected in. And then just repeat that for the other side, for the other shoulder as well. And then finally, we're just going to pin the other side seam. I'm just going to twizzle that around so I can access it a bit more easily. And just pin all the way down this side seam. Now this garment, don't forget, is just going to pop straight on over our head. There's no other attachments, or there's no zip or anything else like that to sew. It's a really beautiful, simple garment. It's really comfortable to wear. Because it's got no fitting around the waist as well, it's just going to fit really nicely and just kind of flow over our body. Okay, next we're just going to sew all those seams together using our standard 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Excellent. So once you've sewn all of those 4 side seams, you can either choose just to press them open like that, or you can choose to press them towards the back in every occasion. Great, so we've sewn up the garment now. Let's go see what it looks like. And this is our tunic dress. Very simple aesthetic and a very simple cut to the garment. You can imagine if you added a belt to this garment that it would give it a lot more sort of shape and definition if that's what you're looking for. However, the aesthetic of a tunic dress is very simple and very straight, and just a really lovely summer sort of garment that you can just pull on really simply. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to continue this little mini-series all about looking at how to adapt and change the block of the dress. And don't forget, you can always add in all the extra bits to do with sleeves and necklines, add your own hem, reshape the bottom of the garment if you want to, add tiers. I mean, there's just so much that you can do. This is like a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle that you can kind of put together with loads of different design choices, and off you go to create the most beautiful and unique garments you've ever made. I've not mentioned this for a while, but you can, on our Minerva website, create your own account where you can upload your own photos, see what other people have made, tag the fabric and the pattern in any of the garments that you make, and you upload there. And it is a fantastic community on our Minerva website where you can connect in with lots of other makers and just see what they're doing and be inspired. So if you're following this pattern drafting series, please do tag us and let us know what you're creating. We'd absolutely love to see all the creativity that you guys are making out there in the big wide world. So thank you for joining me today. I've been Izzy at Minerva. I'll see you next week.